are live from the Brojo.
Zach, you're not even white.
That seems to just be our new calling when we do the news. Is just sing the Offspring when we get in here. So we are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Jam Bros News.
Kill me now.
That's not Gil.
I'm
That
Kian.
wasn't even Gil. I'm thinking.
Wow, Max, you stole my bit.
I know. Now you have to say your name.
I'm thinking.
I refuse.
His name is Refused now, apparently.
All right.
You are.
I refuse.
I'm Eli.
And you are.
John Dean. I'm Max.
I'm Zach.
So, what have you guys been up to lately?
Not getting attacked by sea bears.
That, not being attacked by sea bears.
You didn't do anything fun?
I've been working on my car.
How's that going?
That's still shit.
Oh, at least your tire didn't burn out this time.
Well, Gil's gonna have to tell you the story.
Flaming tires, you could have been Ghost Rider.
I could have.
Right.
I could have been Nic Cage 2.0. But I'm not that crazy.
You could have been Ghost Rider. You couldn't have been Nic Cage.
Yeah, you could have been Nic Cage.
Are you saying I can't bring that brand of crazy?
He's your spirit animal.
Probably not.
He is my Patronis. There we go.
Okay, so Nic Cage is Gil's Patronis. And what have you been up to, Eli?
My power went out, more or less.
How has that
Then
been
I started
for you?
online classes 2 days before that happened. So I'm staying at my parents'.
How's that going?
Poorly. There's
Have
an
you not
electrician
been-
showing up on Monday.
Okay.
Do they know what happened?
Fuck no. They haven't been there yet. I don't know what happened. My landlord doesn't know what happened.
Turns out I forgot to pay the bills.
No, the lights still work. It's just, say my heat kicks on, all the lights start to flicker and shit, and surges happen, so I don't want to plug anything in. Or fucking blow it up.
Probably a good chance you got really old wiring.
Yeah.
Point in case, kitchen light does not work. That bulb's gone.
Did it explode?
No.
No.
It's like a, so you know like the long bar lights? I don't remember what they're called. It's like one of those, but it's in a circle.
Okay.
Yeah, fluorescence.
The fluorescence.
Well, fluorescent could be anything though, can it? Like you can have those now as regular lights.
Yeah, you can, but,
But
I mean,
they are-
that's usually what the long ass
Oh,
fucking bulbs are.
okay.
So, how are your classes going, though, for you?
Yeah, good.
Good?
But that's because right now it's just like, tell us your name and what you do.
You say, my name is Eli Brown, I'm on a podcast, and...
Nah, I don't
No,
want
'cause
any of them to listen to this.
He doesn't want to be associated with us. Are you
None of us
crazy?
want to be associated with us.
Exactly.
Then they're all gonna know that you forgot to pay your electric bill.
I don't even pay my electric.
Well, there you go!
You did forget to pay your electric bill.
There you go. That's why you
Damn,
got
it
no
worked for
electricity.
half a year too.
They finally got you.
That's where they get you.
They didn't even cut me off. They're just like, you know what? We're gonna send him inconsistent amounts of power. Really fuck his day.
So let him know that, yo, dog, it's been a year since you've been doing this. You
Look at
probably
that
should pay.
shit. You got fucking electric power neutrality. Throttling your connection speeds to the electricity.
Damn UFCC. So, what class are you taking, though?
Oh god. So I'm taking successful learning, which,
How's that going?
yeah, from what I've heard, it's just you have to take it at every college. It's just called something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an introduction to like college.
Yeah, it's like,
It's
this
like-
is how you study.
It's like, one thing is like, write in a planner for a week and then submit what you wrote. I'm like, I don't write in a planner. Are you
I'm assuming
fucking-
I don't have to do that because the teacher told me, she was like, yeah, you can do this in 2 weeks if you have the time and like you just want to do it.
Yeah, that was the thing, like,
Because it's work at your own pace.
when you were on
so-
campus at ISU, you'd have to be to every class, or they would...
Yeah. If
They
you
would-
didn't
you
make
would
it
fail.
to every class, you failed.
Yeah, it was
That was
bullshit.
dumb.
I was like,
Yeah.
I got a thing there, like, and it said in the fucking syllabus, it's like, if you do not make it to all the classes, you
You
will
fail.
fail. I'm like, this is horseshit.
Yeah, that's how it was like at Morningside too. Like all the way through high school, they're like, you're gonna have to make sure that you make it to your fucking classes because they're not gonna give a shit because you're paying for it either way. And then like I get to fucking Morningside and they're all like, yeah, if you don't show up to class, that's like 1 letter grade off for every class that you miss.
Yeah.
And I'm
Damn.
like, that's cool. I can be sick twice before I fail.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Back in high school, they were like, you get 10 days before you have to fail. And so I used all of them. Every
One.
last one. Yeah, just take like a week off.
I'm
And
not
people were
feeling
like,
it
he's
this
got
week."
super cancer, he's out.
And you're just at home.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
See, I just played fucking World of Warcraft at school.
Well, yeah,
I wouldn't
you're
have
on a
to
college
take-
campus. Nobody gives a shit.
Oh no, I meant high school.
Oh.
No,
Yeah, our
they
computers
started
are monitored.
blocking games like
Yeah.
left and right.
Yeah, I know. I just figured out how to get past
Like
it.
we had Minecraft with mods the first time. We got past that for like fucking 3 years.
Yeah, I had a proxy server. I got threatened to be sued by the school for having a proxy server. I had to take them away from about 70 kids because I handed them out. Yeah, I was gonna be sued by the school for that.
Yeah, no, they told me they would do the same thing once they found out that I was just
More
like,
in-
playing World of Warcraft at school.
I learned more in Minecraft at school than I learned in school.
Sweet.
Doing nuclear fission type shit to make
Right.
reactors.
Gil and I had Wolfenstein.
In school?
Yeah.
Nice.
The arcade one?
The Wolfenstein
No,
2.
Yeah.
it actually got bad enough that my senior year you couldn't play cards in study hall anymore because it was
Really?
gambling, and you weren't allowed to play it in any classes either. But I had a math teacher and she'd been there for like 30 years at least, and so she was like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck if they come in. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you can just like." They're doing math stuff with those cards. There's numbers on them. Right? You can play cards in here. I don't care.
Smart.
Dude, my government teacher didn't give a shit if you just turned in your work. So, like, I brought my DS in every day and just spent my government class playing. I think I was playing the Legend of Zelda games on my fucking 3DS. Like,
That's how it was fucking working at the body shop in Sioux City while I was in school. I painted fucking cars, so like every day I'd have like one thing to do. And then the rest of my night they'd be like, I don't know, just fucking go sit in the corner out of the way somewhere. Be like, alright. Take a nap in the backseat of somebody's car or some shit.
I like the idea of it's just like, well, you just gotta paint this one car, and it's like, just do it really fast. It's shitty job.
just like one stripe and you're done. You're just like,
It's not even a stripe. It's just a little dot.
Gave him a
No.
racing stripe.
Most of the time I didn't even have like one car to do. It was, I mean, fucking Sioux City.
Sweep the floor.
The custom car fucking whatever market isn't really that great.
Oh boy.
What have you been up to, John?
I finished fucking Devilman Crybaby. And
How do you feel about it?
fucking love it.
Yes.
Like, for real.
I guess Kian doesn't.
Like, all of
Yeah,
the...
shit.
I
all
don't
the-
hate it, but I just want to hear your opinion.
Still
before we get
only
into it.
seen the first episode, which probably not a good stopping place.
No, like...
Genuinely
I watched
confused.
all of it in one night.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Like,
even though we watched like those first 3 episodes, like I liked it so much that I watched it from the first to the end, like in one go. And it's
and I think that's what you need to do. You need to watch it in one go because
even if you don't like, if you're paying attention and like you just like that kind of stuff, it's good. Like
it was good.
it's a beautiful
All right.
anime.
I loved it right up until the last episode. And
I
it just
like-
made me pissed.
The last episode was the best.
I
Like,
still liked it.
I
Yeah.
totally agree with how they ended it and shit, but it just made me so fucking mad.
It was only
anyways.
a 6-chapter manga in the fucking 70s. I like how they modernized it. I think that's
It's
the way.
possible that they could still do more too.
Because it's a cycle.
It reset. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a reset cycle. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Sorry, spoiler alert.
I mean,
Rat bastards. I don't know.
so you should watch it
I'm
anyways.
still
The
gonna watch it,
visuals
yeah.
are
It
fucking
Oh yeah,
Tell
it's
me.
fucking
It's
amazing.
intense.
anyways.
Like everybody was bashing about like the visuals and shit and how they were running, but like running is like a really constant theme throughout the whole thing.
And it's so interesting though.
Like if you're literally, and this is like first episode stuff, if you're like literally paying attention in the first episode, they're talking about like why would you even run? Like humans can't run like animals can. Humans can't fight like animals can. And like the moment he's the devil man, as well as all the other devil man or possessed demons, they're running like animals.
Yeah,
Like
they
that's
become animals basically.
the visuals add to like the narrative. And if you're paying attention, the like Japanese rapper dudes are like rapping the backstory
Yeah.
of like the storyline and shit like that.
Yeah.
Constantly. And so like when
I
so yeah, I guess that last episode really does make me kind of sad. But I liked it a lot still.
Right. One of my favorite things, I've actually watched it twice now, go back through knowing that the guy in white is who he is, see how many references there are to that fact.
Oh yeah, I mean, like even in like the first episode, like he's legitimately just going crazy, fucking stabbing people.
Like if you watch it and think back on it, like even his room number, the book that he pulls out and shit like that, like, it's all the time.
Okay, so here's the first thing, like, I was turned off initially from it because at first, not the animation. At first, I just thought it was just gonna be hyper aesthetically sexualized and shit like that. But as the series go on, it's less of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
more violence.
And it's not even the violence. It's like
the violence chills way out too. Like the first 3 episodes is hypersexualized and violent, and then it drops way
until
off.
you get episode 8.
Well, that's the whole thing, though. Is like they use that as like a way to because that kind of stuff attracts the demons.
It's part of the theme,
right? But like, I think the one thing that got me off about it is it just threw me off. It wasn't like this is so bad because it's like sex and stuff. It's just it was so in your face the first time I watched it. Mm-hmm. So when I was rewatching with John, I'm like, okay, I actually now understand what's going on. Yeah. And I get a better idea. It's visually stunning and like.
I even liked that it was like hypersexual in your face.
And like
it really added to it really added to like fucking driving the point home.
Yeah, it made
just
the
like
point
how
all
like
that more clear.
All of the big violence is like right in your face.
You know, everyone is like all pissed off about like the end because like no one gets a happy ending, but I'm like, that's fucking true.
Right.
Like no one comes out alive and no one like
that goddamn earring is cursed.
Spoiler alerts for the people that haven't watched it in here.
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
We said spoilers.
Yeah, but these guys can't really avoid it.
Plug your ears.
I assumed he wasn't ever gonna watch it.
Let's just move it on, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we say anything else.
Other than that, I watched the Emoji Movie.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I mean, honestly, like, I think it's a bad movie, but I don't understand why it gets the hate that it gets.
I just hate that it exists.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good movie in any way. But I mean, and I'm not really, like, into the message it's, like, giving out.
The same message as every other kid's movie?
Well, no.
Be
like
yourself! No, it's change you to be
there's one character that's, like, the exact opposite of that, like, motif, though, and that's the thing. And since I know nobody gives a shit if I spoil this, there's the fucking jailbreak hacker that they meet up with at the beginning, whose like whole character design is that she's actually the princess emoji that's been like missing the whole time, but she doesn't like the idea that everybody just thinks of her as a princess. And then because she's like, I'm not a princess just waiting around for my prince. And then at the end of the movie, she literally just fucking straight turns into a princess waiting for her prince. And, like, goes fucking 180 backtrack on that whole fucking thing. And I'm like, wow, cool. You literally just, like, killed the one potentially redeemable character of this movie.
So
redeemable, huh?
Yeah.
I don't agree. I think it was stupid the whole time.
I mean, yeah, it is a pretty dumb movie, but I don't know. I still just don't think that it's as bad as everybody made it out to be. It's definitely not like worst movie in history.
Can you name a worst movie?
I mean, I could
The
probably
Room?
think. Yeah.
That movie's pretty good.
I think what the Emoji Movie does the worst is that it's not a good movie. Nowhere even near it. It's definitely a bad movie, but it's like there's not really any redeemable things about it. Although I will admit that like every time the poop emoji has some sort of reference to it, it's pretty great. Because there's like one point where everybody's freaking out and there's a bunch of alarms going off, and in the background you can see the poop emoji punching a fan repeatedly.
What?
So I laughed at that, and then there's a scene where the poop emoji is like standing next to the devil emoji, and he like taps his the poop emoji's back, and then he's like, ugh. And that made me chuckle a little bit. Basically, the poop jokes in this made me chuckle. So
That's as
pretty
funny as a
much it.
horse on a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Does not make you redeemable.
But then, yeah, other than that, I watched Swiss Army Man, which is by far... I'm really upset that I slept on this movie for so long.
It's a good movie.
Dude, it
so
was
weird.
stupid good.
Yeah.
Stupid good. Like...
Is it better than, what do you think it's better than?
Star Wars.
It is?
I like this movie more than I liked the newest Star Wars.
That's good.
Better than Blade Runner?
I would say it's better than the newer Blade Runner.
Okay.
The old Blade Runner's really good.
I've
Old
never
Blade
seen the
Runner,
old one.
maybe not, but they're like different calibers of really good.
Yeah.
Like, this is definitely my favorite movie that I've seen in a long time. And I've been really disappointed in like 95% of all of the comedies that have come out in like the past 8 years. To where they're like, alright, that's funny, but I never want to watch this again. Because like I'll be watching through it again and I'll be like, oh yeah, that joke, that was funny, now it's just not.
There has been a comedy that came out like that for me, except for Space Jam. Watch that anytime.
Space Jam is like fucking 15 years old.
I
Probably
don't
15
like
years
Space
old.
Jam.
Fuck you, you're wrong.
You right?
15 years. Oh
Come on,
man,
say
it's
it.
like
And welcome to
25 years old.
25
Yeah, you're
years
right.
old.
You just threw out a number, shut up.
it's 15 years old when I watched it. When I was
Yeah, that's
5.
probably true.
Oh, 72?
No.
Oh.
Michael, was it?
No, I
Michael,
thought he was saying it came out in
I'm pretty sure it was
72.
like
Jordan
91 or
would've been dead.
92 or
Right.
something.
By now.
No, it was the 80s.
Or was it the
Oh,
80s?
it was the 80s.
Okay.
it was no, it was late. It was early '90s. It came out in '91, I think. '91.
We'll look it up real quick, because I'm not really sure.
I don't like Space Jam.
Well, you're wrong. But anyways, back to Swiss Army Man.
Gotcha.
If you haven't seen it,
Look up the thing.
90.
Stop with the hand actions,
Watch it.
bastard.
Space
you
Jam
fuck
came
you.
out in
I
96.
talk with my hands. Space
Came out
Jam
in
came out
'96,
96.
so it is
Wow.
20 years
Wait,
old.
what did he do?
It's 22 then.
What did he do?
He's mad because I make hand motions when I talk.
No, he was like, we'll look it up quick. They started typing. He's like doing hand motions. was
I
like,
talk
stop,
with my
stop
hands.
that. Look up the
Fuck
thing.
off. Can't help it.
Rat
Fucking
bastard.
like the Democratic fucking Donald Trump. I'm actually independent. I don't fucking cut that fucking political party bullshit.
Billions, billions, billions.
Oh, okay. Have you seen
But yeah,
it?
anybody who hasn't watched Swiss Army Man, fucking watch it.
Please
do
watch
it.
it.
Fucking watch it.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, definitely a 10 out of 10.
That needs to stop. No political.
This isn't political.
Yeah, this is just my hands and what I do with them.
All right, next.
What have you been
I've
up to,
got
Max?
big hands.
I'm working 2 jobs. I
No,
work
you don't.
65 hours
I
a
do.
week.
I have fat fingers.
I hate my life.
We love you.
I'm not in love with you,
Yeah,
though.
we care for you.
Good.
Hashtag here from Max. Zach,
I've been working.
we did a wrestling podcast.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, Kian and I recorded the Takedown Breakdown, the return episode. So
Yeah, it was really exciting. I had fun.
Was
Me
it?
too.
Was
It
it
was.
that exciting?
Well, not for you
Not for
guys.
you guys, but
For us, yeah.
Hey.
That's probably okay. So the Takedown Breakdown is probably the least tangented fucking podcast we have.
We were on point.
We
pretty
were
much
on
the
point a
entire
lot.
If
time.
I'm gonna do the hand motions, I gotta drink like Donald Trump too.
Is that actually how he drinks?
You haven't you seen
Alright.
the video?
Oh.
I'm gonna go get you a steak and some.
Here, let me go get you some KFC so you can eat it with
I
a
will-
knife.
I'm
and
really
fork.
not happy that he did that. 'Cause
I
that's
will-
how I eat mine, and
I
now I
will
just feel like a
never,
scumbag.
You eat KFC with a knife and fork.
I will.
No, not KFC. I eat
I
my
will
steak with
fucking-
ketchup.
Oh,
throw
okay.
a steak away before I eat it with
Right.
ketchup.
That's what everyone says, and I'm just like, man, I know where steak comes
If
from.
I put
It's,
it on
it's
a
not
s-
that great.
If I put it on a sandwich, I'll put ketchup on it.
What?
No.
Put steak on a sandwich?
Like, just
That's
put
weird.
some
Steak
meat in the
sandwich.
bread, man.
Like
That's-
ground beef, or we
that's-
just
No,
like
no,
steak
steak.
sandwich. Weird to
A
me,
steak
but I
sandwich,
don't-
man.
So like
What
a
the hell's
Philly
wrong with you?
cheesesteak, you'll put ketchup on?
No, I mean like I'll put bread in the toaster. I'll put the steak
BLT,
on the
but with
toast,
steak?
and oh my god, you guys are making this more complicated than it has to be.
They
Fuck
know.
you guys. Fuck you. So
Ugh.
never talk about my steak sandwiches ever.
It really
Probably
weirds
the way to
me
go. I
out
just
that like
try not to talk about steak.
Yeah.
bread goes into a toaster and becomes toast.
I
Like it's still fucking.
Have you never
bread,
played
man.
I Am Bread?
have
I
this.
was playing it like 2 weeks ago
Exactly.
when we were
So
here.
you should know how that happens.
I know how it happens.
It
It just fucks me up that that's what it is.
That it's still not called
Toast is
bread.
just bread.
That's
Hey,
really warm
I
and
used to-
crispy.
Toast is just bread.
I used to work at Subway and make bread. You cook bread, you cook it too long, it's overdone bread. But the second time you cook it is toast. We do this so frequently that we had to come up with another name for toast that we overcook in a specific, for bread we overcook in a specific way.
What's
Yeah.
it called?
Is it overcooked bread?
Yeah, toast is overcooked bread that you guys pre-cut and recooked.
Oh my god.
Yeah, y'all are
Anyway, I
dumb.
think it's just toasted bread is the idea, but toast is the abbreviation.
Why?
But it's dumb.
Possibly.
Well,
Because
then
it's
say
just bread.
toasted bread, fucker.
Alright,
But if
fine.
you, like, okay, so you like toast, I guess, right? So if you cook your bread too long the first time
I'm
and it's
really
burnt,
going on a tangent.
why
about
don't you eat
toast
that?
right now?
Why the
That's
fuck
not
not?
toast.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Tastes like ass.
but you cook it a
You know what
second
else
time and it's
tastes
fine.
like ass?
Ass.
Ass. Conspiracy confirmed.
Ass.
Bush did 9/11.
Jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
Oh my
Man.
god, shut up.
Oh boy.
Edit that part out for the
No,
Kean,
it's not.
please.
No, it's
Do that like 10 times.
God damn
louder.
it.
Yeah, just like, that'll just do a remix of that and just put dubstep behind that.
Wob, wob, wob.
Jet Q does.
Just toast.
You know, you say you don't play games, Gil, but I see you playing a Yu-Gi-Oh game that you could easily have just been telling us that you've been playing on the Game Boy.
I don't. This is mobile. I don't count that as a game.
Everyone else has counted the mobile games that they have played.
Well,
as
they
a
are
game.
scum.
Oh no, I haven't. I've been playing Force Arena.
These two haven't. Zach
sometimes-
hasn't.
I haven't been playing.
I haven't
mobile
heard much
games
of
as
anything
late,
from
so-
Max.
He says Flippy Knife. He said Flippy Knife, and we went into Flippy Knife. So
We
yeah.
had a discussion
Flippy
on it.
knife leads to a slippery slope where you try to do that in real life.
Yeah, don't play it in real life.
play it in real life.
That's why they call me 9
Just
3/4
like
finger
you
John.
start. Oh no, it's just like
I
how
thought
you
it was 9 3/4.
You start
John.
playing Five Finger Fillet in Red Dead Redemption, and then pretty soon you're like, I think I could do that in real life. And then you fucking stab yourself.
Go first, go.
Pretty much, yeah.
I need to
Really
now
slow,
find
and
a
then you pick
video.
up speed, and you're just like, ah, fuck.
There's a video of it. I'm assuming he's Japanese. His hands look like Zach's or Jay's. Like, the reason I say Japanese is because he's fucking doing it with like a sushi knife on like a
Fucking
cutting board
Korean,
and shit.
man.
All right, so this
Say
fucker
Asianese,
said-
that's the
yeah.
PC term.
Fine.
You could have just said Asian.
No, alright. I said Japanese
Some of the
because none of you fucking let me finish.
Oriental.
It's cool because we're here.
Oh my god.
Them fucking origamis.
Oh
Them sushi rolls.
Alright.
You sea bears.
So this motherfucker's using like one of those sharp ass sushi knives that
Yeah.
you like cut puffer fish with and shit, so like it's razor sharp. He's doing that fucking game, so he goes real slow. It's probably a 3-minute video. Going really slow, and he starts speeding up and you watch him fucking go. And he's going like lightning fast, and he stamps the knife in the board, and you're like, fuck yeah, dude, that guy did really good. He picks up his hand, and it's just like razor blade cut along all of his fingers. It just pools.
Well, yeah, you
blood
probably
everywhere.
didn't.
God.
Yeah, you probably didn't fucking feel it if the knife was that.
Right?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen a couple where they're using really sharp knives and like he's doing it and then like hits a finger and like the finger comes off and he just keeps going.
Like, you don't
He
even
didn't
fucking pay
notice.
attention.
My god.
Oh,
Yeah, I wish I
Oh,
was
fucking
that
crazy.
skilled.
To take your
That's
finger off
pretty
and not
intense, and at least they're not eating Tide Pods, so that's positive.
Does it freak anybody else out though that like you can literally easily bite your own finger off?
But your
like,
mind stops
yeah,
you
your
from
brain
doing that.
stops
stops
you.
because your brain stops you from doing it.
It
Yeah.
takes like the same bite power as a carrot or something
Yeah.
like that.
You can literally bite through a finger like a carrot, but your brain's like Don't
Did you?
do
It's a
that.
bad idea.
That's
But yet it won't stop kids from eating Tide Pods.
Gee, thanks, brain. I
That's
love
because
ya.
our brain does not know D-Way.
I
It
guess
was
they're
not
like,
made to know
I
that
guess they're
way.
like snorting fucking like Clorox powder now too.
Oh,
Or
God.
something like
Oh,
that.
Pine Sol, baby.
Yeah.
Pine Sol on the
I
rocks.
just saw it earlier.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking? That's a real thing.
Yeah, I hope they don't stop because it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the more
I
of
think
them that
poison
die,
control should take a day off.
Right.
This is just natural.
I like how
selection.
Tide actually had to write a Twitter being like, "Please stop."
They fucking lock them up in convenience stores and
Yeah,
shit
they're
now.
in like boxes and shit now.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, people that did this to our Tide Pods.
No, I want people to keep
No,
doing
yeah,
it.
I'd
It's
prefer
really
if
funny.
people kept doing it.
Yeah.
It's
so
just
nobody
like
gone.
planking when people fall, or like train dodging when they get hit. It's just something that I'd prefer if it just happened.
Like at this point, honestly, like I'm not even gonna like. We're not even gonna tell you to not try this at home. Like if you want to fucking do it. It's funny as shit.
Yeah, we used to like say don't do. Like I
Man,
remember
I'd
that.
prefer if they
We
tried
don't
it at home. Actually. I don't
condone
want
it.
dead bodies
So-
on the street.
We don't
it's everyone's
condone it.
problem.
But you
But
can't
if you're gonna
train
do it,
dodge
do
at
it.
home.
Says you. I got a train track at my house.
I mean, all right.
You don't have to do it out in the middle of the street. Either.
We have to call
Yeah.
Max
Go like a
because he's
mile
got
down the
bleeding
track.
out because he hit his fucking TV stand. He's like, guys, I'm dying. Oh, you put this on yourself.
Yeah.
Thomas the train was faster than I was this time.
I am really liking some of the memes that are coming out of this Tide Pod shit, though.
I
Like
think
the
mine-
Tide Pod anime girl. That one's pretty funny.
They made a Clorox anime girl. And
I saw a picture the other day of like
No idea what you're talking
the I know the way Knuckles butt fucking the Tide Pod anime girl.
What the
And it was,
fuck?
I think I saved it actually.
Oh my
It made me
God.
laugh really hard.
It's probably
Oh my
captioned something
God.
like "This is the way."
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh,
Perfect.
Yeah, it's actually like a pony version.
What
Oh
the
my
They
God.
put bronies into it too.
I'd just.
Jesus Christ. Let me-
His face.
Pass it along.
Pass this shit around.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Look at his face.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This is Dewey.
Oh.
Don't swipe left or right. I don't know what the other pictures are.
Don't
I
think I'm
never
gonna
do
do it.
Oh my
I won't
God.
lie.
What, swipe?
Swipe left.
It could be really funny. It could also not be very funny. Oh yeah, this one's okay.
What the
It's a picture of a tongue
Oh,
boxing
God.
a clitoris.
You're gonna have to edit some of this out probably.
Nah, it'll be fine. We're just using words.
Still haven't
Oh,
actually
boy.
gone through the trailers of the news.
Oh,
That's what makes us better.
I was on vacation.
This is more like a comedy episode than
I
it is
took
an
a-
actual news
I took a-
episode.
Sabbatical.
Oh, well, I was forced to take a week off of work or I would lose 90 hours of PTO. So I went on a vacation and I went to Ames.
You should have just said you went on a sabbatical. Sounds way
I
cooler.
did go, personally, I did go on sabbatical because my medical issues have been weird, so I went and did acupuncture. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm sick of hippy dippy bullshit, by the way, during those acupuncture things where they play like soothing music and they're
Whale
like,
noises.
Playing like death metal.
I would prefer if they played death metal. This like it's my friend's husband and he is the nicest guy ever, but he is a fucking kook in my opinion. He's like, Kian,
When that drops, they just
stab the needle. Yeah, I want that. So he's a
shot,
kook.
shot.
Yeah, yes. If they played that, that'd be fine. He's a kook though, because he's like, all right, kid, I'm gonna release all your energy. I'm like, I swear to God, Wes, if you keep fucking talking about this, I'm gonna release my energy and my fist on your face. And
Whoa,
That's
you're gonna
gay.
jerk off
Yeah.
this dude's face?
That's-
Well, to be fair, he's stabbing him with a bunch of needles.
like, so I had to do this for 2 days because he did my front side the first day and he did my back side the next day, and it actually, it was weird because like. It was a weird experience that I've never had since I was in high school because of my medical injuries. So I don't know if I could recommend acupuncture to people. If you don't like needles, don't do it.
Still not the most things stuck inside of him at once.
Ugh.
That fucking
But-
block though.
Besides, I did get another needle, and
back button.
Yeah.
I did get another needle, and
That's
I
so good at
finally
street
I got my first nerd tattoo. I got a Cowboy Bebop tattoo.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
That was like the fucking gun from Scorpion that he like shoots out. Get over here.
That says you're gonna carry that weight.
Yeah.
The gun that he shoots is
Gun that
fucking,
he shoots.
it's a fucking knife on a chain.
It's a kunai,
I mean,
you fuck.
if you go by the movies, it comes out of his arm.
It comes out of his hand.
Well, yeah, I know, but you gotta assume it was in his
And
arm.
it's
but-
alive.
Yeah, and it's alive and like has a jaw
man.
and shit.
It is a pretty long chain.
Yeah. Besides that, like I said, Ames is actually a very nice town, and I went to I walked around campus. I walked around campus, and I knew the campus already. And people were like, "Hey, do you know where this lab is?" I'm like, "I actually do." And I sat in a physics class with the teacher not knowing I was in the fucking class.
Why?
I had nothing better to do. I was on a sabbatical. I was like, I got done. I was like, I had like five more days. I'm like, man, what am I gonna do in Ames? And I went to a movie by myself into their theater that has like these chairs that like fucking there's a button and it like makes your chair go backwards.
It reclines.
Dude, those things.
That theater's fucking awesome. It's also like $14 a movie ticket.
It's the newer. No, it's the new one by the mall. They put that one back. They brought that one back.
They did?
Yeah, and they.
Oh!
Yeah,
Going
and
back
like.
to Ames, fuck you guys.
Yeah, and so I was at the matinee, so no one was there, and they're like, you have to pick your seat, and none of the seats were taken. I'm like, do I really have to pick my seat? There's no one else in this movie. They're like, yeah, okay, I choose E5, and I sunk your battleship. The lady looked at me, and the other girl's like, I get it. And she's like, I don't get it. I'm like, can I just have my fucking ticket?
Just give me the damn ticket.
And I saw Lady Bird, and I recommend that movie. I can't really explain it very well. It's about this girl's last year in high school, and she's a fucking bitch. But like, it's just not super pretentious. It's a really good art film.
What?
It's a pretentious good art film, and I recommend it because like I think it has a deeper meaning.
Didn't we do this one earlier?
Yeah, like weeks back.
I don't remember it at all.
We did it weeks back, but we didn't get a premises of that thing besides she jumped out of her mom's car and broke her arm.
Yeah, that
Nice.
was good times.
Yeah, and it was to me it was a really good movie, and I think the best part of my Ames trip is that I walked everywhere and I got lost, and like at the time I like had an obnoxious bags because I like got souvenirs while I was there. I picked up the Dragon Ball Super manga that I wanted.
It seems weird to me that you would go to another part of Iowa and buy souvenirs.
Well,
I'm just-
I had a fucking
Wait, where
obnoxious.
are our souvenirs?
Like I got like things, little trinkets that I'd like kind of just. I get stuff from every area I go to if I go on a vacation.
You didn't get stuff for us?
No.
No, he doesn't love us.
Well then.
There's a guy I don't like gifts anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
John's birthday. You
I got him
heartless
a
bastard.
fucking
It was
cake.
my birthday last weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
Heartless
I
bastard.
got him a cake this weekend. And no, like I got it from Walmart because I was like
Suppose.
I was gonna make my sister, her roommate, and I a meal, and like I didn't know where the Cyride stop was that I was because it was late at night and I was lost, and like the cops were still out there because like I saw a fight right by my self checkout, and in my head I'm like, man, if I just tilt my camera sideways and scream World Star, I could probably put this on the internet, but I'm like, that probably looks bad, so I'm not gonna do that.
You wouldn't even have to scream World Star because they'd steal it from you
Fuck
and
is
post it on their own fucking
World
shit
Star.
anyways.
You don't know what World Star is?
I am lost as well.
It's like a really popular fucking like social media thing. They like steal everybody's fucking fights that they film and put on the internet, and then they repost them basically.
Yeah.
And so there's this nice old couple. I was like, hey, do you guys know where the
You
Maple...
guys fight so I can.
No! I was like, hey, do you guys know where the Maplewood apartments are? They're like, yeah, it's like a mile and a half away. I'm like, oh, cool. So I start walking, and they see that I'm like holding this obnoxious bag with like a painting and shit and like fucking groceries. They're like, do you need a ride? Like, that's a mile away. I'm like, no, I'm fine. It's like 32 degrees. I'm wearing a track jacket and jeans. And they're like, come here, son. You can just get a ride from home.
You know how you avoid situations like this? You own a car.
Yeah, Keenan.
Yeah.
Even if I was in Ames, I wouldn't have had my car. Because my
That's a good
sister
point.
went
How'd
and
you
picked me
get
up.
to Ames?
My sister picked me up. She
Yeah.
lives down there. I stayed with her and Aaron and Wes. Aaron and Wes, I stayed for my medical stuff, and then I went and did whatever I wanted because my sister was working all the time and her roommate was in class. So, yeah, they were a really nice couple, and they played, like, fucking Johnny Cash while I was riding there. They're like, so where are
The
you...
music of champions.
Yeah, they're like, so where are you from? I'm like, Spencer. They're like, oh, is that in Asia? I'm like,
Yes.
That makes
Yes.
my day.
Just say yes and move on.
I was like, yep, yes it is.
It's two separate words though. Spencer.
Sure. Yeah, and then, like I said, I got my tattoo, and that's pretty much been my week. Started the wrestling podcast. Went to my brother's second to last basketball game. Pretty glad it's over. Almost over.
Did he win?
They won. They did. It was bullshit though, because the kid, they were facing Storm Lake, so it's the Somalian kids, and all those Somalian kids got technical fouled because they were showboating. One kid slapped the ball out of his face and got in the guy's face like, "What?" And he's like, "You're out of the game." And if that kid didn't get out, they would have lost.
So
Yeah.
confused. Why does Storm Lake equal Somalia?
Because they have a high Somalian
They have a high
population.
Somalian population.
I
Yeah,
did
they're
not-
like right next to it.
They have a high everything population.
Now they have high Somalian population.
I didn't know there were Somalians.
Yeah, there are Somalians. All I know is that I'm not bringing Katie to another basketball game because she threatens people, and it just is not a good time for me.
Well, let's rephrase that. They have a high Somalian population that likes to go out for basketball.
And track.
But not swimming.
Right?
You just have to get it fucking used to being in competition.
Actually, maybe. They're pirates.
It's really fun.
What?
So you just have to get used to being in a
Oh my
confrontation.
god.
Did you just get that now?
No, I got that.
Okay, good.
I have to get used to being in
Yeah,
competition
it's
with you?
fucking great.
Not when you're yelling at fucking 16-year-old kids and calling them little bitches.
No, it's great because they're little bitches.
You
It's
gotta
not
realize that well, no, are they? Yeah, because she just turned 21. They're a lot closer to her age. You know, I could yell at 16-year-old kids. And call them
Right,
bitches.
but like, one of the
I
people...
can call them bitches too. It's
Yeah, but more. You're a grumpy old man then.
If I did,
No.
it would be
Shit
She
either.
started yelling at this one kid, and her mom was sitting right next to us. I'm like, you need to shut the fuck up, because this is not going to end good for me. Because then I'm going to have to apologize, because that's just the type of person I am. And I
This is
did.
Northwest Iowa. You fight. You don't apologize.
I was like,
Gotta fight that mom.
I gotta fuck that
I'd
mom.
be down to scrap with that bitch.
And while I was in Ames, I ran into 3 people I know. So Kian has that superpower. I ran into
Yeah.
3 people I knew.
It was a big town too. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
And like, one person's like, she saw me after I walked out of the movie by myself. She's like, Kian, how are you doing? This is my husband. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's like, you want to get dinner and catch up? I'm like, absolutely not. I don't have to anymore. I'm an adult, so no. And I went and had a sushi buffet all by myself.
Good job, man.
Turning into me. It's like turning down invitations to go on social stuff. You're just like, no, I'd rather just go eat by myself. You go fuck
Notice
yourself.
how he didn't say he ate at the sushi buffet. He said he ate a sushi buffet.
Oh yeah.
Like the chairs, the occupants, the whole building.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
building.
he ate the fucking buffet.
The building is gone.
Yeah.
God
building
dang,
is
that's
gone.
impressive.
They don't make it out of sushi. If you tell me, I will definitely eat it.
They're now paying rent on Kian's stomach.
That's great. Yeah. But for the most part, like,
So is he a cannibal or a landlord?
landlord?
Both.
Cannibalistic
Anyway.
landlord.
There we go.
Like, but in all honesty, like, the more I look at it, because I went to Des Moines too, and like the idea, like, I was talking with Erin about this, and like,
You done fucked up, Aaron.
she's a girl, so it's an E.
No, I'm kidding, eh?
You can still spell it however the fuck you want.
Aaron.
No, that actually makes
Aaron.
me mad. That's not Aaron. That's Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron?
Aaron.
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 ERIN.
Man,
Yeah.
that
Aaron.
makes me mad that you're trying to
Aaron.
distinguish that. Go
It's
fuck
Aaron.
yourself. It's like
They
the
are
same thing.
distinct.
They're
No,
different.
they're
No
different.
one
It's
will
like
ever
if you-
know.
It's like if you're saying
Aaron.
errand, but you're saying
Aaron.
errand. Aaron. Oh my
Aaron.
God.
Aaron.
Aaron is how I say both of them.
Well,
Aaron.
then you're fucking wrong.
Which one is it? You'll never know.
Yeah, you do. Because you'd be like, how the fuck do you spell that? And
Okay,
I'd be like,
John with an
this way.
H, not John with a
It's
J-O-N.
the fucking same thing.
No, it's
like,
not.
the most distinguishable
Jahan.
is
John.
Most people spell John with
Johan.
an H.
Some people spell J-O-N.
And they're the outliers.
No, they're not. That's the...
In this area, they would be.
They
What's
would
the
be, but
first
like
three
you can
letters
still
of
spell
John?
Yeah,
John
you can
like
spell
J-O-N.
J-O-N, yeah.
So
But
John,
it's
because
more
he's
natural to
J-O-H.
see John.
Actually, I see more J-O-N's than anything
Yeah.
else. But it's not my fault the nurse named me.
Yeah, that's
So-
like you getting pissed off that Jeff is spelled with a G.
That does
Oh
piss
god,
me
what
off.
the hell is
Yeah.
wrong with you? That is something to be upset
That
about.
is something bad.
That's like motherfuckers naming their kid Ladasha with a fucking hyphen. That's not even a fucking joke.
That's
Somebody
really
with
true.
God.
It's funny like a joke.
It is funny like a joke, but that's somebody's fucking name.
But you know what else is
Ladasha.
really gay besides Kian?
Ugh.
The main character of our first trailer.
Love Simon.
Yeah,
Yes.
we really need to.
Yeah.
That
didn't-
was a
he
flawless segue too. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is the movie that like John had gripes with the first time we saw the first trailer.
I like this trailer a little bit more.
And
At least,
why do you
like-
like it?
Flushes out what's going on a little bit better. It's less of like,
Look at
He's
this
gay.
gay guy.
yeah.
We're making a
much
movie
like
about
that.
it.
Yeah,
He's gay and he's in a movie.
And it's not even Kevin Spacey.
right? No, like it at least points out like more of what the movie's about, and not just like it's a movie about a gay kid. Like there's something going on.
Do you know what's going on?
He's
Yeah.
afraid
Yeah, a
to come
little
out
bit,
as
yeah.
gay and
Gay,
he
but
finds
nobody
another.
knows.
Well,
And
yeah.
then there's another gay kid.
Yeah,
And they're
and
both
then
Nobody
anonymous.
knows. Who he
He's
is
trying to
either.
find the other guy, and then he ends up getting outed because he told somebody.
Yeah.
It's like a game of gay Clue.
It's like a gay Game of Thrones.
It's like Kian's a
That's just
Game
regular
of
Game of
Thrones,
Thrones.
right?
Wiener, 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 wiener,
Okay, so anyway.
There we go. The fuck up,
So
John.
people don't think we're homophobic, we better keep going.
There's nothing homophobic about singing a song
They'll
about
find a way.
gays.
If they don't get the South Park reference, they'll find a way.
Handmaid's Tale season 2.
Nobody here is homophobic. Half of us are gay.
Matt, does that raise some questions?
I'm not that. Personally.
I'm not gonna ask who's who, because then like it
Well,
just outs
luckily,
us all.
I've only known John for about 2 months, and I don't think he knows me that well. So I'm already out.
I think you've known him for half a year.
If you have to sit here and ask which one of us is gay, it's probably
Wait, you said 3.
I said half.
Yeah, that's 3.
That's
There's
3
6
of
of
us.
us.
Oh yeah, we are even.
Now, I'm assuming Max.
Hold up. I'm not gay.
He's a man trapped in a woman's body. He's a woman trapped in a man's body.
If you have to sit here
This
and
is a Republican part of a Republican
I
state.
know.
That's
you
the
have
same
to sit
thing.
here and defend your sexuality to a bunch of
Not
other
defending
dudes,
mine.
then you're probably gay.
Alright, fuck it. I'm gay then.
You're secretly gay.
Oh, God. We need to move on.
Handmaid's Tale season 2.
All right,
Nobody cares about it.
I'm gonna keep this as a tangent. We're actually gonna do the news in our own podcast.